So, why do cut apples turn brown? The link to the H2 syllabus is reaction kinetics. Let us first understand the term rate of reaction. The distribution of energy levels in particles can be seen in the Boltzmann distribution graph. Some particles have high energy levels, whereas some have low energy levels. However, the majority would have an energy level in between. So why do cut apples turn brown? Because polyphenol oxidase enzymes oxidizes phenolic compounds to melanins, essentially changing color precursors to brown-colored secondary products. Polyphenol oxidase is a type of enzyme, also known as a biological catalyst. Biological means the substance in question is produced or is derived from some living organism. PPO is a tetramer that contains 4 atoms of copper per molecule. If that is so difficult, let us first understand how an enzyme works. Enzymes are thought to have an area with a very particular shape. When a molecule of the right chemical for the enzyme comes along, it will fit exactly into the shape. The area of the particular shape is called the active site of the enzyme, as that is where the reaction takes place. The molecule that the enzyme works on is called the substrate. After the reaction has taken place, and the products of the reaction leave the active site, another molecule for the reaction will come along and enter the active sites. Enzymes or biological catalysts provide an alternate pathway of lower energy for the reaction to occur. In the presence of oxygen, monophenols are converted to melanins. PPO catalyzes this reaction. Melanins are insoluble and dark-colored polymers. This gives the apple the rusting effect. Factors that affect the rate of browning: the presence of catalysts, concentration of reactants, and temperature.
Maybe after such a healthy dinner, I should have an apple. I feel quite full already. Maybe I should keep the remaining apple for later. I feel like having something to eat. I know! I shall finish off my apple from just now. Holy cow! What manner of terrible things have happened to my apple?
Hey, what's the matter? Why do you look so shocked?
And the browning of the apple slices then?
You can prevent the browning of the apple slices by dipping them in some lemon juice.
How does lemon juice help prevent the browning of the apple?
So how do we slow down or stop the browning of apples? First, we can add lemon juice to remove the effect of the catalyst. PPO needs to be in an environment of pH 5.0 to 7.0 in order to catalyze the reaction between phenolic compounds and oxygen. Lemon juice here has a pH of 3.0. Adding lemon juice, citric acid will reduce the pH value of the surface, preventing or slowing down the enzymic oxidation of apples, as shown by the Boltzmann distribution graph. When we remove the effect of the catalyst, the EA or the activation energy will increase, and thus there will be lesser numbers of particles with the minimum activation energy. How does it work? Well, first of all, pH is the measure of the concentration of hydrogen ions, which are positively charged. When we lower the pH of something, we are increasing the concentration of the H+ ions. And in doing so, we are breaking the hydrogen bonds that hold the tertiary structure of the enzyme in place. The enzyme will lose its functional shape, substrates will no longer fit into the active sites, and the enzyme becomes denatured. What are some other ways to slow down the browning of apple? We can put it in an airtight container. like the lock box or the ziplock box. Reactants for browning include phenolic compounds and oxygen. By putting the apples in an airtight container, we are reducing the volume of oxygen supplied for the reaction. This will reduce the concentration of the reactants. The frequency of effective collision will decrease, and thus the rate of browning of apple decreases. Second, we can put the apple in the fridge. When we put the apple in the fridge, we decrease the surface temperature of the apple. Particles of the apple lose kinetic energy and move slower. This results in less frequent effective collisions, and thus the rate of browning of apples decreases. So what's the best solution to prevent the browning of apples? We can combine all three solutions together. We can take the apple and put lemon juice on the apple, put it in a Ziploc bag, and put it in the fridge. What do we get? We will get an apple in perfectly good condition. No. We will get apple slices that look like they are freshly cut.